My name is Amira Silic, and in 1995 I came to Queen City from Bosnia and Herzegovina, a town called Velika Kladuša, right on the border with Croatia, to escape the Bosnian War. The war was a result of breakup Yugoslavia, led to deaths of hundreds of thousands of people, and it was really beginning of my life, another chapter moving in such a beautiful country like this. Basically, I was welcomed with the beautiful people and organization as well, Rejoin Open Doors Society, and like every immigrant, I wanted to come to a good opportunity country. I will never forget welcoming all of the rest of the immigrants that trying to encourage me and tell me how beautiful city is and the whole country. So when I came here, I was a little bit afraid. We are located in the reception house, coming and not knowing anyone and leaving the family, mother, father, sister, brother behind. In a war-tortured country was really had a high impact on me, that I want to be strong where I am and think how I'm going to be better and better where I have no idea how to speak the first of all language that I have to communicate with people around me. So when I went to school, my second language was German. Luckily, when we learn German, it has some connection with the English, but still, I did not have knowledge at all in speaking. So even in my personality, I was like, no, I'm going to try this language. I'm going to go to school here with the support of the immigration and the government. I'm going to learn sentence by sentence and try to change my life in a positive way, because I was blessed to be here where I am. That encouragement, I kind of started taking step by step. Okay, then we had a translator. The translator person is trying to help us, coming to the door, taking us to the store where we have to be introduced to grocery stores, to be introduced to the store that you can buy yourself a clothes, and the school, of course. I was a little bit afraid. I wasn't sure how I'm gonna do all of this and everything all sudden in such a fast time, because I know I don't have much time to sit and think, oh my God, where is my language, what did I do? I just focus on the thing, yes, I need English, I need, this city is so supportive and I want to learn. My first meeting in immigration was actually kind of a little bit funny too. I went there and I had to meet with the authorities there. So when I came, the lady introduced herself and she asked me, where is the lady that's taking care about me, my translator and the lady that takes me to the stores and stuff. And instead of me saying that she is sick, I said she is sick. Like sick means literally something big. Then she starts staring at me, start a little bit laughing at me, and I'm like, oh my God, I start crying and crying. And literally the lady is huge and big, like her posture is big, and then I thought I did something wrong. I said the lady is sick, like making fun of, like, as much as I start tearing my tears apart, she started laughing and laughing, and to her was cute, and to me was like, oh my God, what did I do wrong? Did I insult anyone? Did I say something? So at the end, with her hug, I felt, yes, I can talk. I shouldn't be afraid to say any word to anyone, even if it's wrong and even if it's right. So I break that thing that I was so afraid, how after my tears, I realized how important it is to me to speak out. Actually, I needed to speak out. It doesn't matter what it is. So after that, I felt really good. I started continuing education, learning English as a second language, going through experience, meeting people from whole world. Next to me was a beautiful lady from Korea, of course. Then I said to myself, Korean, Chinese, this language, aren't they having a hard time? Why should be the one with the Slavic background to not too easy to adapt to this English? So we all try hard, we communicate somehow, mimic-wise. We start communicating with each other with the hands, and we become all friends on one language. Like it was really literally none of us didn't speak the same language, but we did start understanding each other. The teachers, as every teacher, being from here, kind and friendly, Saskatchewan born, beautiful soul, they kind of help us. They had so much fun, and we all integrated as a family, learning like English in a whole world. And then all of a sudden you can hear Burma accent, you can hear accent from India, you can hear from this and that. And then as much as we progressed, the only difference I saw was between the age of us. So as a young person, as I was, 19 years old, comparing to the fella 60 years old that has to start learning English, it was like a huge difference. Like we would leave all of these people in the first class, but we would always have every day something to laugh about. Not about the person, about how we learned. There was like an old guy from Bosnia, and we knew it all the time that he tried to put effort. What he learned was just the clock. Clock, clock, and we knew it. He's gonna ask us what time it is. So eventually he finished his school, right? But it took him longer than for the rest of us in younger age, of course, when it's your brain and you're kind of picking up so fast. We've been welcomed so good that we didn't even know. We would visit the exhibition, we would go everywhere. The first thing in my life what I loved, I met Aboriginal people. That was something huge for me. Like that was something that I just watched in movies in Europe. Like it was like, oh my God, am I experiencing this? So when we went to Open Door, I was lucky to have a host family as a Métis. He was half of French, half of white, and then my colleagues all got something, but for me he was special. He was really, his name was David Piracy. So one day he's like, okay guys, the first Christmas coming, even if we celebrate or not celebrate, let's do something in reserve. The first time he took me to the reserve called Buffalo Pound, and I went to powwow, and it was a beautiful experience. Like you've seen these faces looking at you. I did not speak well, and he was so welcoming that at the end, we end up with a present. Guess what? My first camera I got. It was like a photo that I can start taking pictures, Nikon. I was thrilled. I was thrilled with the culture. I was thrilled how talented they are. But at the same time, I was a little bit afraid. Where are we going? This is like a different place? But then all of a sudden, when I saw the people welcoming us with their culture, I becoming thankful to them. Actually, I want to thank to this nation, even being like a First Nation, that they give me opportunity to be where I am. So luckily I had that good luck on the beginning, since I moved to Regina. Then after continuing education, my school, when I was living in Bosnia, I have chemistry in the background. To me, yes, of course, I want to work in my field, but at the same time, I was like, yeah, I'm going to do anything to succeed. I want to do anything that I can have a roof. I don't want to live on a government help, not even a minute. I don't want to be unemployed. That's not how I was raised, even as a girl. Like I would like try my best to do something that the people can benefit from me, you know. So as we had programs through the school and help of the government that we can be encouraged and do the best in our lives, I went and applied for my job in an engineering firm called Clifton Associate. So when I walked there for the interview, of course my English was not that great. I did not have a license. Like, you have to have a license in this country. Then I start worrying, oh my God, who's gonna be my reference? Who's gonna say I'm a good worker? Who's gonna say she knows how to do things? Like, then I start struggling, but then I said to myself, no, I have to be strong and go to this interview and a resume that first time in my life I made in North America. As my personality it is, I love to talk in people, even if I didn't speak at that time well. My future supervisor and a boss, I made a resume, I am who I am, I start volunteering, helping people. My teacher was my first reference. Who else is going to be my reference? So I went for an interview, and there is such a friendly people around me, looking and staring at me. me and my girlfriend, we both, she's also from Bosnia, her name was Alma, she was in my class, and I remember we did not have nothing to wear for interview. We heard when you're going to the interview, you have to impress people, you have to be dressed. We thought, oh my God, what we can do, you know, to look good, what are we gonna do? So at school there was a Red Cross store, like a second-hand store that giving for free the clothing, right? So me and Alma, naturally everybody said that we look like pretty or something, but we wanted to look more pretty. So I went and grabbed red coat, it was so beautiful, and the pants and the shirt, everything we found and dig it out from the box. And then she did the same thing, like she found this beautiful blouse for her interview, and then we had some of the makeup that we shared. So, and we look at each other and we look good. I remember myself going in that clothes for my first interview, but the thing was, oh my God, wait a minute, Alma, the winter's here, they're terrible. Like, you know, you gotta have something good. So, in the same time, we grabbed the winter pants, we found beautiful outfit. But then you have to wear that over the beautiful clothes because you want to impress people in the interview, you know. So I walk in there, I was confident. If you know, like, I know it's very difficult to get a job, especially when you're coming from different country, not speaking English. People don't have a time for you to teach you English at their workplace. It's all about capitalism and money, you know, and we have to understand that too. And I'm not trying to interrupt anyone. So my first question from my future supervisor or boss was, do you have a driver's license? So all suddenly when he asked me, do I have a driver's license, I put my head down. All the time my head was up. First of all, I was shy. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know if he's going to reject me to not to have a job because of just the driver's license. I think everything hit me once that in my mind I said to him right away, you know what? I don't have a driver's license, but I promise you I'm going to get it right away. Like, you know, and he's looking at me, of course. How are you going to trust someone, you know, you see? But my answer was no. My answer is I can't. So I knew that I need that in this country, especially in Canada. So they give me a chance. They say, okay, can you kind of come in our workplace and volunteer your time, like working in a lab? And I'm like, sure, I will be more than happy if I can work for 6 weeks for free. That's no problem. I'm going to gain that experience, Canadian experience that you guys expecting me. So, because my background was in chemistry and the company that I started working for was in civil engineering, environmental, literally they did all the thing that was connected to chemistry, but not exactly what I was graduated for. So I said, sure. No problem, what do you want me to do? The first thing, I have to start testing concrete. Oh my God, thinking about concrete, me as a female, I've never done it, but I was so confident, I said, sure, yes, I will do it. You know, I will do the test, I will start testing concrete because I need that money. In my mind was my family back home, I want to help my mom and my dad, and I want to pay my bills, I want to do something. So for me, there was no answer, no. Me as a female going even in construction, I said, yes, sure, no problem, like let me learn and I'm going to try hard. I know expectation and it's a hard work, 12-hour shift. Concrete is not easy, it's like tough job. But you know, I did not want to be rejected by that, not even by my not having a driver's license. So first, and the universe seems like always working on my side. Maybe because I'm kind of caring and sharing and understanding, but somehow I heard no one passes the first time. Guess what? It was a Friday, I will never forget that day when I had to leave my workplace just to go to get my driver's license exam. The first time I passed and I couldn't believe it, and even up to date I'm a terrible driver, but I passed from the first chance and I was like, oh my God, what we can do when I go back to coffee break, that is very famous to have here, coffee breaks and lunch breaks. I remember $12 in my wallet that I saved and saved so much because that was like the biggest thing for me to have even $12 in my wallet. So I walk through the store And guess what? I bought a big box of Coca-Cola for 12 pack to make sure that everybody's celebrating with me. So I'm coming back to the lab carrying the whole package of Coca-Cola, and they're all staring at me. We're not about drinks. We're about, did you pass? I'm like, sorry guys, I couldn't afford to get a better drink, but this Coke, and everybody was happy and celebrating, and they kind of understood my feeling, my excitement, and I thought, yes, this is my bread. Actually, even the passing the driver license, I felt it's so important that I needed to share. After that, I kind of integrate, my boss was like, start trusting me with the stuff, like, can you work over lunch hour, like we need to do this, they train me. Pretty much if you go in this country and if you're following what they tell you to do and if you respect people, you're gonna be really good shape. Like you gotta respect and you have to kind of integrate fast. Like you can't say, I did not do this in my country, I did not do this, I did not do that. No, you just have to do what you've been told to do, try to hard, ask the questions and not to be afraid. So with that attitude, I succeed to be able to go out, even working on a huge elevators. That was like a huge project for me. Working in for Saskweed pool elevators that time was like a 96 where nobody can have a job. After my voluntary time, they offered me the job position, so I was really thrilled. Like I said, sure. After that, of course, you have to be certified Canadian because it's you dealing with the projects and stuff. So they brought a guy from Toronto, and they examined me in the lab and written exam. Luckily, again, I passed my education-wise. I was really afraid, am I going to be able to do this with the rest? Because they're already going in a school at the SciAst and university doing, but with my work experience and stuff, I was able to. So I was really lucky and happy and everything that I was able to do the concrete testing. So, and I was continuing working on big projects like Wascana Lake digging for environmental, and I wasn't afraid to do anything. When my boss says, Amira, you want to do the soil testing, geology, this and that, I was really happy. And then guess what happened? With all my happiness and working hard as immigrant, I end up having 1,000 bank time. 1,000 a year bank time. They didn't know what to do. How are you gonna have, like, and I'm thinking, you know, what are they gonna do with me? They can't afford, like, I can't afford to take that much time off. In the same time, if they pay you out, the company needs money too. So slowly, I was like, how did this happen? That I worked overtime so much, right? You know, but this is how much I really love working. Like nothing would stop me. Like if you have to work 12-hour shift, I always ask, sure. And then I gained so much experience. The first experience that I love about Saskatchewan, and really I thank the universe or God or anyone, I was able to meet these local people in small towns during the working in construction field. So I would go in a small town, just one example called Quill Lake, close to Saskatoon. There is a 500 people living there, right? So when I walked there, there was a contractor there, calling grain construction, and we supposed to do the walls, and I supposed to do the concrete testing, making example, bringing back in Regina. I walked to the hotel, and they told me, the room is $10 tonight, but you have to share the rooms with the rest of the guys. Oh my God! With me culturally coming from Bosnia and someone's telling me I have to share like a room in the same building and like the same shower, same bathroom with the men's. Oh, I'm calling my boss, like right away. So he's like, where are you, Amir? I said, you know, there is no hotel, like wherever I can stay, I'm just shy, right? Like in my culture, we do not interfere much with the men like that, you know, so I started learning to be like a more open and everything towards that, right? So I found in a map a small town called Vineyard that offered more hotels and accommodation where you can stay, and they've been fine. And then I traveled every morning at 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock to be able. So I have beautiful experience with all the people across Saskatchewan, and really it's one of a kind. Like they are all supportive, even being me as an immigrant, and to them maybe sometimes I looked funny, sometimes I'm a female, and plus being in construction at that time was really unusual. There is not that many percentage, but I just was like blessed, and I loved doing that, what I was doing. So in the meantime, my company, like that I work for, start growing. They